Sadia. I'm in year 1 this year.
I'm Nabila, and I'm also in year 1.
I'm Sanjita, and I'm also in year 1.
My name is Sadie Singh. I'm in year 1.
I'm Samaya, and I'm a rising 10th grader.
Hi, I'm Yai, and I'm a year 2.
I'm Renoka, and I'm a year 1.
My name is Kai. I'm a 10th grader.
I'm Lillian, and I am a year 1.
Hi, I'm Morgan, and I'm a year 1.
Hi, I'm Sishri, and I'm a rising 10th grader.
Hi, I'm Nicole Gutierrez, and I'm a year 1.
I'm Shantia Murphy, a rising year 2.
Hi, I'm Camila, I'm a year 1.
So my name is Grace Walker. I'm going to be a year 2, and I go to the BHSEC Queens campus.
This was my first time coming into the academy, and I expected it to be like playful and like, you know, everyone getting along, but it was kind of really intense.
I really tried to take all the information in because it is my last year at Bar. I wanted it to mean, I guess, a lot more because it is my last year. It was interesting to see the new faces and some of the old faces and to hear the many voices in the room and just to learn from everyone.
In just 3 days, the Leadership Academy has unlocked a new and refreshing perspective on the way I perceive ideas, situations, or anything in general. And although I wasn't able to contribute as much, I did gain an experience that would allow me to thrive in things I wouldn't have dared to reach for.
I think this year, during the SLT Academy, I was able to take away a lot than I had the previous year I was here. For example, this year I felt like a lot of things were discussed, such as strength to love, which was the theme for this year, and that was something that I feel like I took a lot away from as a team and as a DI. That is very important, that our team knows what love is, what strength is, and what these things mean towards helping others, which is really our goal.
Well, this past few days, I realized how it's important to actually open up to people. Normally, I'm kind of closed off, and I realized how it's important to open up to people because they also might understand and they might be also going through something similar, and you might be able to help each other.
This year I really enjoyed, and in comparison to last year, because I felt like there was sort of a divide within those who wanted the position, and I think that everyone in the room, there was sort of like a tension. This year was much better in terms of having everyone who came to Leadership Academy leave the Leadership Academy with something more than, you know, wishing that they had a position, but now knowing that the DI is much closer than people who have positions and those who don't. It's the community.
I really enjoyed being in the SLT. It made me realize a lot of different things, and it made me eager for change.
It was a really great experience. This is my first academy that I've ever been to, and it was just amazing to see the way that the community worked with each other. The need to always find consensus was something that I thought was really important, because oftentimes when you work in like a bigger group such as this, sometimes people's opinions don't get heard, and knowing the fact that something would not move on without knowing that everybody agreed on a certain topic was just something that was really important and powerful to see.
This year's SLT Academy was definitely eye-opening. I got to know everyone that was invited to the academy and participated on a more personal level. I think that my favorite day was the first day when everyone got to share their biases and prejudices, and I definitely think that that experience changed me a lot as a person and really made me realize what some people have to go through.
I had a very fulfilling experiences from just being around people in the DI, the videos we watched and the quotes we heard. And I think it allowed me to realize how much potential is in the DI and just realize how much we may relate even though we don't see how much we relate, and how we can work with each other to improve. And I realized that after you get to know each other, it becomes an even greater relationship rather than just being people that we work with each other in the office.
I wasn't really sure what to expect, and I was very pleasantly surprised, and the experience was just so engaging and honestly like enlightening, I would say, just to hear all the different perspectives and hear these things that maybe I hadn't heard before, and to see how open and vulnerable people could be. I thought it was very impressive to me, and it motivated me, I think, just to get things done and to reflect on my life more.
I feel like going into it, I felt like I wasn't good enough to be part of there since I wasn't there the previous year. But the people there made me really comfortable, and we were all very open with each other, and I feel a lot closer with people I didn't really know. So I think it was a really eye-opening experience.
I'm gonna get my friends to go to the events that we have because it's important for people to come.
I think I could do a lot of the things I didn't do in ninth grade. Like, I want to join a committee and I want to make sure I know when events are and which ones I'm able to attend, just to be as involved as I can be going forward.
Now that I know who I can go to, and now that I have a little more of a connection to the people that I can trust, and I know that they're going to take my word for it and they're not just going to brush it off after I say it to them, I can be honest about what I think has to be done.
I'm looking forward to being more involved and spending more of my time like getting familiar with people from the DI, and I just think I'm going to voice my opinions more towards the DI, and I'm going to discuss with people and make myself open and let it feel like a safe space to come to me as well.
That has completely changed for me because growing up, people have always said, treat others the way you want to be treated, but I realized that not everyone wants to be treated the way I want to be treated. Like Jeff said, he's a big fan of hugs, but someone else maybe they don't really want you kind of step into their personal space. So that really brought into perspective of how not everyone's the same and everyone has what they think is right and what they think is wrong.
That saying, it's one of the lies that we're told as children, because if we were to treat others how we want to be treated, that's not taking into account the other person's feelings. So I guess it's evolved into treat others how they want to be treated, and that is more taking into account their emotions and understanding that person, which is, I think, the most important thing that you can do with people.
Well, we figured out through the academy, I think that everyone is different and everyone has a different understanding of pretty much everything. So the saying treat others the way you want to be treated isn't valid because that person might not want to be treated that way. So you have to treat others the way they want to be treated.
My whole life, I've treated people like I want to be treated, and I think I started to realize this before the academy, but definitely more during this academy. I'm so different from some people, especially like getting to know everyone this year. I think I'm so different. I'm very extroverted, and I think that I always tend to just confront people, which is something that I want people to do with me, but I understand that some people would rather be treated in a different way. And so
I would respond to that claim. I think that we do much, although I understand why someone would say that is because sometimes we do have events that aren't wildly publicized, and I think that is something that we could work on. But to those who say we don't do much, I think that's also on fault of them for not, looking at the newsletters and the emails that we send, because we do a lot of things within the school and also outside of the school, and it's up to them, on behalf of them, to sort of look at these things.
I don't want other people to think that we do defend ourselves when people do say things like that. I think that we do a lot, but we lack communication a lot of the time, or the ability to get others that aren't as involved to be a part of our group and our organization, and that's something we really need to work on.
I find that completely false, just because mentorship program, first of all, I was a part of that last year, and that I thought that was just important because I've always wanted to have a mentor and also to be a mentor, and the mentorship program wouldn't exist without the DI. So it's different from not knowing that somebody did something and saying that I don't know that they did something, but you can't just outwardly say they didn't do anything